Yeah, so guys, it is Wild here, and today we are going over the best cheap knives at every single budget in 2025. Now, guys, I've said this in a couple of my other videos, but obviously the market at the moment is going crazy. So some of these prices, at the time of you watching this, they might be a bit lower. Like they might have increased since I made this video. So take every price with a pinch of salt. But yeah, if you're watching this video the day it goes up, these are the current market prices. And who knows, in a long time, maybe some of these prices might have come down if there's any kind of market correction. But we'll have to wait and see. Oh, and of course, guys, these prices aren't based off of the Steam community marketplace. They're based off of third-party websites, such as today's video sponsor, which is Skins Monkey, the safe, automated, easy-to-use CS2 trading site that gives you an insane 35% deposit bonus for every cash deposit when using code WILD. Also, by using the code, you can claim up to a $5 free bonus on your first $100 trade. No deposit needed. It's definitely worth trading at least $100 on that first trade, just to make sure you're making the most of it. And don't worry, there are a ton of deposit methods, so it's super easy to load up. All you need to do is click the top link in the description, sign into the site with your Steam, and using the filters, you can find some skins that are just right for you and trade away any of your old skins that you're bored of. And in case you have any issues, they also offer 24/7 live chat support. So what are you waiting for? If you want to grab yourself some fresh new skins for 2025 from their crazy amount of skins up for grabs, make sure to go and check them out. But yeah, let's get back to the video. So guys, to start off the list, let's start with a budget range of under $250. And to start with, I'm going with the Ursus knife Blue Steel in minimal wear, which goes for $179. And I absolutely love the Ursus for the animations especially, but also like Blue Steel is arguably the best value for money finish on any knife, as it pretty much just looks like a default knife, but just, slightly darker blue. And yeah, minwear, it looks absolutely fine on this. So I think it's a pretty good knife to have on this list. Oh, and I forgot to mention, guys, but I also did a part 1 of this. So if there's any knives in any of these budget ranges that you think I missed out, make sure to go and watch part 1. I'll leave it linked in the description. But if it's a knife that I haven't mentioned, make sure to let me know down in the comments below, and then maybe it could go in a part 3. But anyway, moving on to the next knife, I've gone with the Navaja knife Fade. And yes, guys, I know I'm normally a bit of a Navaja knife hater, but this is fact new and goes for $185. And if you just look at Fade knives in general, like they haven't really done much since CS2 started. So, it's not like you'd be buying into a knife that has massively shot up in price over the past couple of years. Like there's still room to grow in my opinion. And yeah, for $185, yes, it's a Navaja knife, but it's a Fade at the end of the day, which in my opinion looks amazing on CS2 with the improved lighting. So yeah, it depends. If you don't mind the Navaja knife, this is probably a solid pick. If you don't really like it, then yeah, you could probably skip this. But yeah, next up for the final knife in the under $250 budget range, I'm going with the Huntsman knife Autotronic in Well Worn, which goes for $191. And some of you guys might be thinking, wait a sec, Well Worn? Why do we want a Well Worn knife? Well, for Autotronics, it really doesn't matter that much. Yes, the lower floats do look a bit brighter, but Well Worn, like look at this, guys, like it looks fine. And for $191, like if you're going for a red theme to your loadout, I think the Huntsman knife is arguably the best value for money knife in general. And then yeah, the Autotronic, you've got to go with it unless you want to maybe go with like a Slaughter or a Doppler Ruby, which that's just way out of most people's budgets. But yeah, so Huntsman knife Autotronic, I think it's a solid pickup. But guys, for the next budget range, we'll look at some knives that are under $500 in case you've got a bit of extra cash. So guys, starting off, I'm going with the Cookery knife Slaughter in minimal wear, which goes for $328. And yeah, guys, the Cookery knife animations are incredible. Like I know, like for whatever reason, some people kind of hate on the Cookery knife, or they think it's like a bit goofy and a bit over the top. But I don't know, man. Like it's a game at the end of the day, and the reason why the Butterfly knife is crazy expensive is because of its animations. So the fact that the Cookery is as cheap as it is, like I just think it's more because it's just a recent knife, whereas if it were released way back when the Butterfly knife came out, then yeah, it would probably be quite a bit more expensive in my opinion. And then yeah, just like I talked about the Slaughter when I was talking about the Autotronic, I think the Slaughter's a great finish, especially if you're going for a red loadout. And yeah, this one's in minwear and goes for $328, so I think that's a bargain. But yeah, next up we actually have a Gamma Doppler knife, being the Gut Knife Gamma Doppler Phase 2. And yeah, guys, for a Phase 2, this is factory new by the way, and it goes for $314. Like that is incredible, because in case you guys didn't know, a lot of the Gamma Doppler knives have just shot up in price recently because yeah, the market's just going crazy. But yeah, the Gut Knife, you can still get one for just over $300 in Phase 2 Gamma Doppler. So yeah, I mean, unless you hate the color of the handle of Gut knives, then I think the pull-out animation's nice. I think the finish is nice, and just overall, it's a really good knife. Then for the final knife in this budget range, I've decided to go with a Skeleton knife Blue Steel in Well Worn, which goes for $419. And yeah, I mean, I spoke about Blue Steel when I spoke about the Ursus, guys. If you didn't know, like if someone just came along who'd never played CS and they saw you holding this this knife, they probably wouldn't even think that this is like a special finish or anything. Like they could easily be fooled into thinking that this is just a default look of a knife because, I mean, yeah, it's literally just a steel knife, which is slightly blue. So I think if you want to save money on vanilla knives, go for a blue steel. And yeah, I mean, the skeleton knife, like it just, I think it's sick, man. The animations, the rare pull out, like, yeah, it's just so good. So it had to be on the list. But guys, for the next budget range, let's look at some knives under $750. And yeah, I understand some people aren't going to be able to spend that much money on a knife, but for any of you guys that are, let's get into it. So to start with, guys, I'm going with the cookery knife Fade in factory new, which goes for $504. So it only just gets pushed into this budget range. Like if it was a few dollars cheaper, it might even get into the previous budget range. And yeah, guys, I mean, I mentioned the cookery knife when I talked about the slaughter. Like the animations are insane. The Fade as well, I also talked about that when I spoke about the Navajo knife. Like it's honestly a really good pickup in my opinion. Like as I say, this barely fits into this budget range. It technically could fit in the previous one if you get a better deal on it. But yeah, just like look at the knife, guys. It looks insane. Super solid. I don't think you'd be disappointed if you had one of these. But for the next knife in this budget range, I'm going with the M9 bayonet rustcoat in well worn, which goes for $734. So yeah, this definitely fits more into this budget range, but you are getting an M9 bayonet, which, you know, is a pretty OG knife. And in my opinion, like just the most solid, like best looking knife in this game. Like, yes, you've got knives which have crazy cool animations, but just like as a knife on its own, like if there were no animations, just which knife looks the coolest, I think the M9 has to be up there. And yeah, I understand some people, they're not massive fans of rustcoats, so if that's you, then you can just skip past this knife. But I don't know, like you can pair rustcoats with a few pairs of gloves, and me personally, like I've never really minded the rustcoat. Of course, like yeah, compared to like some crazy colorful Doppler finish or something like that, then like yeah, of course I'd take that over the rustcoat. But if you're on a budget but you still want to use one of those cool older knives, then it's kind of similar to using the blue steel. But yeah, this one just looks super rusted up. But yeah, it's up to you guys. I just think it was a cool knife to include. But guys, for the final knife in this budget range, I decided to go with the stiletto knife Slaughter in factory new, which goes for $698. And guys, like if you've watched any of my combo videos or anything like that, then you'll know like the stiletto knife Slaughter is heavily featured in those, because if you mix this with a bunch of red gloves, like you can get some super nice combos. And I also just think like the stiletto knife, it's one of my favorite knives in the game. The sound of it is super nice. It's just super satisfying. So yeah, it had to be on this list. But guys, for the next budget range, which is under $1,000, we have again another stiletto knife, but this time being the stiletto knife Fade in factory new, which goes for $874. And yeah, I mean, I've already spoke about the Fade finish. It's pretty obvious why this is on the list. I used to actually have a stiletto knife Fade, and I absolutely loved it. I only swapped it out because, you know, I just like swapping out my skins. But yeah, super nice knife, had to be on the list. Then guys, for the second knife in this budget range, I decided to go with the Talon knife Marble Fade in factory new. And yeah, this is the only Talon knife on this list. And yeah, one of these will set you back $975. So it is $25 within the budget range. And I mean, it just looks amazing, guys. Like the Talon knife, I do personally prefer karambit, but I mean, yeah, guys, karambits nowadays, like they're just so expensive. So the Talon knife, like it still is a solid knife. And I know some people don't like the Marble Fade finish on CS2. Me personally, I don't really mind it. Like, yes, on CSGO, technically it looked a bit better just because of how the game deals with contrast. But now, yeah, I think on CS2, it still looks fine. Still a really good pickup and can be comboed with a bunch of gloves. But yeah, guys, that moves us on to the final knife on this list. And that is going to be the butterfly knife Rustcoat in well worn, which goes for $975. And yeah, guys, it's a butterfly knife. In 2025, we fit a butterfly knife onto a best budget knife list. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, but even in Rustcoat, one of these is setting you back $975. Like that is just insane, guys. As someone who played CS way back in like 2015, yeah, just seeing this price tag on a butterfly knife Rustcoat is kind of just sad to see. But at the end of the day, as I said, like with the blue steel, the Rustcoat is a great, more affordable option if you want to use some of these old, rarer knives. And I mean, yeah, the butterfly knife, guys, like I've had multiple of them. They're super fun to use. They probably are the funnest knife to use. So yeah, if you have $1,000 and you don't mind the Rustcoat finish, then yeah, the butterfly knife Rustcoat, I think it's a pretty solid option. But yeah, as I said earlier on in the video, let me know down below if you think I missed out any knives which would fit into these budget ranges. Obviously as well, yeah, there's part one. So yeah, make sure to go and check that out first. And if you're still here, please do drop a like on the video, as it really does help with the YouTube algorithm. Also, we are closing in on 20,000 subscribers now, guys. So if you're not already subbed with noties on, be sure to do so, as yeah, we should hit 20k pretty soon. Once again, massive thanks to Skins Monkey for sponsoring the video. Definitely go check them out if you haven't already. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it.